We on live. So good evening, everyone. Let me check here the PDF and thank you for coming. We are on all the channel. We waiting for Esther. Esther, that she's just tried to connect. I'm sorry, we are not a very professional with the platform. So let's check. For the moment, I will charge the PDF for you here. So let me send to her. Okay. Okay. So just here, let's send to Esther because she have some problem to connect. So let's see. I will charge a PDF and I will show you exactly my secret tonight how to buy property in short-term rental and get a good rentability. Let's check and let's waiting for Esther that she will coming and the connection. Let me see. Okay, let me just send to her share screen, invite guest, copying. So this one here. Okay, so let's check and if Esther she can connect. For the moment, I will add the PDF and I will explain to you tonight. So my secret to buying short-term rental property here or in Miami, you can apply this scenario in Miami, but you can do it too as well in another place. You can working exactly the same thing. Ah, look that. Esther, good evening. Waiting for you.
Good evening, Fabri. Thank you for inviting me.
No, sure, my pleasure. So I will try to manipulate this PDF tonight, and let's see if I'm better tonight, more and more. So
Yeah.
I explain exactly just to see that we are connected, and this session will be registered, and we are connected to all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. But by the way, we are on YouTube as well. So this session will be registered. And if you want to see again, you can directly go to my YouTube channel. So click on subscribe, it's completely free. But if you have the especially question, and I think that you will have, because after this webinar, we will know so many information about first the short-term rental, how to buy a short-term rental, and second, how exactly to do for a mortgage. It is why we are here, Esther. Thank you. So can you present it you? Because usually on my YouTube channel, people know me. I'm Fabrice Hernandez. I'm broker here in Miami. Yes, we have a problem
Oops.
with the sound.
Yes. Do you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. My
So,
name is Esther Maria Cosa Martinez.
okay.
I'm a mortgage loan officer at Ames Capital Mortgage. I'm with the Bello team, and
Okay.
we are mortgage brokers. We do all kind of loans, QM and non-QMs.
Mm-hmm.
So the non-QM loans are those loans that are most known as and bank statements, DSCR, fix and flip, construction loans, all of that
Okay.
kind of stuff. We can do it.
Okay.
Condo test,
Perfect.
non-warrantable condos, yes.
Perfect. So if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel from Esther, you will have all the information on my YouTube channel with Esther, and everything is online. So we will explain three things. We have normally Yuri Belina, the specialist of the 7200 Collins, that he had to be there for the explication. He get a problem, an emergency problem, so he cannot. But not worry, we know the project 7200 Collins is a project in short-term rental that we will explain to you just after the secret how to buy it. So first, this is the point of the structure of the webinar that tonight. So we have first table, the secret how to buy property here and short-term rental, and the secret to do it to get, because do it is easy, but to get a rentability is another things. So we will explain to you how we do, because we did it for many years. It was working perfect, very well. And now we have very lucky, because in Miami there is more and more new development party in a short-term rental. And the advantage that we have, we know really the structure so we can help you exactly not only for buy the unit but after to manage the unit and exactly get the high rentability. So let's see. You really, so like I was telling you, get an emergency problem, but it doesn't matter. We know the project and we will explain it to you today exactly what we can do and what we can do looking for. So Fabrice Hernandez is me. I'm broker here in Miami and specialist in a short-term rental, and I'm working a lot with the investor, obviously, because 95% of the people that they are looking for Airbnb, this is the part of the people that they want to do for them. What I mean for them because they want to do exactly to buy a property and get the income where the property is not occupied and can enjoy the vacation when they come here in Miami for 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, so they can have both side the owner that they can come in here in an apartment, and the other side income, passive income that you can get every single month, and it's not a bad income. It's a very huge income that you will looking for through some example that we will doing to you. So that is not, we are here in the 5445 in Collins Avenue with the office just in the Castle Beach in the lower lobby. So the secret that we will explain to you, Esther, tonight, this is three secret, and this is three important scenario that you have always when you have to buy a property in short-term rental. So first, you should have the why. Why do you want to buy a property in short-term rental? This is the first thing. Very important, because it's not saying because everybody have doing Airbnb, so I want to do it as well. No, it's not working like that. It's looking like you. What did you expect? What do you want exactly? Do you want a property that you have to manage it? Do you want a property, if you don't have a time to manage it, that the property management manage it for you? And there is some rules that we will see exactly in the short-term rental Airbnb. It's not only put on Airbnb, on the platform and booking, Expedia, VRBO, whatever, and say, let's wait, what's this coming from? This is exactly, the comparable that I have is there with this is exactly the people that they put the property in the listing. So I put the property on the listing, and don't worry, there is someone where they will call me to get them to see the unit and can put an offer. No, it's not working either like that. An Airbnb unit or short-term rental unit, this is exactly the same thing, is not working like that. So I will explain to you the secret exactly how to do it. So why the purchase isn't enough. Discover how to analyze real profit exactly for the property. The second thing, we will talking about the location, Esther. What do you think about the location, like you, Orlando?
Well, the location cannot be cannot be the best. It's
Okay,
just in front of the beach, in
exactly.
mid beach, and it's a beautiful 12-story building, boutique
Mhm.
building, and
Yeah.
as it is designed for Airbnb, for short-term rental like VRBO, Airbnb, and all those platforms that are more than that are usually in place, that will help a lot to rent the unit, because all the time people come to Miami to
Hmm.
go on vacation, to go to the beach. So that
Correct.
building is impressive, really, and
Yeah,
location couldn't be better.
exactly. Because, and we will get the comparable. We have a comparable with two building. You will see is amazing because we took some number. Because always when I was talking with an investor, not people or the owner that they want to buy a unit for both, like I mean both, say enjoy the unit and rent the unit. But really an investor, it doesn't matter for really the unit. What it matter is the number and the deed. That's it.
Exactly.
This is exactly what is matter. So let's continue and see exactly the real ROI. What is it, Esther, that you are doing with that every single day with
Yeah.
your ROI? So how to calculate your return of the investment by including all hidden cost. When we are talking about hidden cost, it is repair, it is closing costs, it is insurance, flooding, etc. Let's see on this presentation, and we'll show you exactly what we are talking about. So first, the location. We are talking about the location. So like you are telling us, Esther, yes, exactly. What I'm looking for, I take the beach, I take inside because it's more cheap, or I take the unit more expensive because this is the more expensive that it will give me the better return. Let's see. Is not really the truth, and you will see. In this example, we have the point many investors only look at the price, but they forget that they evaluate how much the income property they can generate. So, oh, there's a dog. So, so profitability, how to calculate exactly what is profitable for you. The better thing is at the beginning. The moment that the better profit that you can do is at the moment that you buy the property. Why? I will explain to you. You have the rental income. The rental income can get here, depend of the season. Let's see, and you will see the season. So it's not especially what the property you have, but this is again the number. This one, this is an example. For example, we have a property A that is generate $45,000 yearly, and you buy this unit for $300,000. Gross percentage of the rentability that we have, the yield, is 15%. Let's take the property B. The property B, you buy it for $250,000, so cheaper. So and obviously, you will have normally less income. It is what it is. $20,000 yearly represent 8%. This one, this is usually what you are looking for when you are what you thinking, but it's not always like that. Let this example and go to the concrete. Let's take two examples. 7,200 and Collins. So this one, this project that we will talking about tonight, and the other one, for example, we took another one, whatever, but not whatever. One better of them, that a luxury too, in Brickell, that this is the Mercedes-Benz Places. So the Mercedes-Benz Places Tower residence, like you can see, if you buy a unit that is similar of this unit in the 7,200, we are talking about a studio, depend of the size. It can be 350, 420. It's not going up really on at the level of the size. So when you buy your Mercedes, you buy it for $850,000. You have the restriction for the rent. You know the restriction for the rent, of course, is 2 times, Esther. 2 times a year with the Mercedes-Benz Places. And let's go to the 7,200 that is a daily rental. What income you can get? We know really the beach. We only manage by a property management company that we have a unit at the beach. So we know exactly the number that we can generate. This property that it can generate $60,000, this is a property that you will buy for $500,000. And the other one that he can generate $95,000, like you can see, is more income, but you bought it for $850,000. That is 11.2% on the one side and 12% on another side with $350,000 less. It is why, if you want to buy a property, Esther, is very, very important because for the moment we are talking about only the number by buying the property and the income that you can have. We are not talking about with the mortgage, with the HOA, with etc. and all the hidden fee that you can have inside. But this one, this is our job. We are here to exactly show you how it's work. This one, this is a general presentation. If you want to see more, don't hesitate. Just here, put an answer, put the word info, and it will connect to you. See, making the analysis what you can buy, which the money that you have is not especially to get only the cash, the entire cash. This is why, Esther, you are here to explain to us. But we will starting first at the beginning, explain to you what is going on with this project. That is an amazing project on the beach. And guys, This is so amazing that this project doesn't start yet. It's already sold at 60% because this is the last project that is just across the road in Carlin, Sabanini, Miami Beach. And you see this one, the comparable that we have. This is exactly the number that we took for the report of the Mercedes-Benz Places residents. We get this project in our brokerage, so we know really. And we took this one. We can take Domus. We can take another one, Domus, or whatever. The other one that there is several projects that there is already in Miami, Esther, I guess. So enough. So this one is very important. This is a comparable. We can do it for another project that you want, but this project we can make the number for you because for the price that it is, and we will see this just here on this slide, the price that it is for this project is really, really amazing. And you can have this apartment, and you don't need to have the entire money because Esther is here and will explain to you what you can get the help with the mortgage with the deposit that you can put here. Secret two, location. After I will give you just the hand, I will explain only my secret, Esther, and I give you the hand just to present this project, please. So, the key point to present, look for the micro market. What I mean of the micro market. Esther, what do you mean about the micro market? What do you think about that when you like a lender? Because you like a lender and you can explain to us, you are looking exactly for the same secret to see if the project is affordable for the client, and only if if the project is affordable to do a mortgage in today, in 2 years, because usually the project when they're starting, they will finish in 1 or 2 years. So explain to us what you are doing on your side, the analysis that we are doing on my side.
Yes. Usually these projects are set up to be finished in 1 or 2 years, as you were saying.
Yes.
So we first thing, this kind of project, this kind of investment properties, when we have a property like this, the first mortgage program that we can think of is the DSCR program. What is the
Okay.
DSCR program? Is that program where the rent need to cover the mortgage, including the homeowners association payment.
Okay.
So
There we go.
if the rent will cover the all the payments associated to the unit, including the association expenses, then we are good to go. And we can do this kind of mortgage program. We can use this from this mortgage product either in US citizens residents as a foreign national. We
Got
can lend
it.
on on both types of borrowers. So
So
the
by the
first
way,
thing that we can do, that we can think, is if this how much the monthly rental income will be in these units.
okay. So to resume, this is exactly the same things that we are looking for in my
Mhm.
secret. So because first you are looking for the project is affordable, rentable, and if the location, because the neighbor, it can be with
Exactly.
Airbnb allowed, but in a bad neighborhood. And if he's in a bad neighborhood, of course you have a code and you have already some record. And if you can go ahead with a mortgage, depend of the I think that is better. I don't know. That is better for lender. This is a question that one unit on the beach, that one unit in Brickell. It's completely different analysis, I guess.
Well, the analysis for us is that probably when we are evaluating condominiums, we need to see in both kinds of buildings, either where they are, we need to see the master insurance policy that need to cover all the external structures. So
Okay.
besides that, if the building is on the beach, we need to see that there is um, a flood insurance policy in place by the
Okay.
condominium. It could be included in the master policy, and that all the condominium have them. So that is the only difference that only matters most.
Okay.
That's the first
Okay.
thing. And besides that, the rent need to cover the mortgage payments, including the association. That's the
Okay.
main thing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So remember, guys, First of all, it is exactly Esther, what is she explained to us, this is exactly the way that we go. So first, we are looking for the location. Secondly, we are looking for the micro market and looking for the insurance on the mortgage side. Why? Because again, micro market, proximity to the business center, convention area, hospital, stable year. You can make the comparable with some software manager. This is very, very nice and very quick. So this one after, what you have to do, analyze the zone and legal restriction for the short term. Be careful because I take the example from here in Miami, all the building not allowed short-term rental. For example, you have here at the 54. So you say, oh, it's okay. And this area, there is some money hotel. No, it doesn't work like that. So, and you have to know the rules because there is taxes, there is the building should have the BTR number and should be approved by the city to make the short-term rental. If not, you can do it. If you do it, you will have a fine, and a fine for a lot of money, starting at $25,000. So you should have a professional that explain to you which building is working or which not. Then again, for example, here 54, you can. 55, you can't. 63, you can. 56, you can. But this is not the same restriction. Some restriction is daily, another one is monthly, another one is quarterly, another one is 6 months or 1 year. It is why you need really a professional that we know the area and we know specific the area. We are working here every single day and we know all the building and the restriction that you can have. But if it's not your city, if you have not the habit and you don't have the knowledge for this is the first thing that you have to do. Be careful with the surprise that buying a property that you want to make a short-term rental and you do all your number with the short-term rental and going to the association and looking that is not possible to do it. So check the Airbnb competition in the area as well. It's
And
very,
Fabric,
very, yeah,
in according to our experience, what we have been seeing is that
yeah,
buildings that are located on the
yeah,
beach,
yeah,
they are in high demand, so they
exactly.
are rented the whole year.
Correct.
So
Yes, exactly.
so the difference between seasons is minimum because all the year they are in high demand.
Exactly. And you will see just after on the slide the demand and depend of the season because the season is completely different and the amount that you can rent one unit is not the same in January, in May, in September, or in December. You will see.
Yeah.
And we are just here again. You can do it with a channel manager. Sometimes is help you a lot. You can ask with some friend because some friends sometimes have already an apartment and you can see. You can go directly to the Airbnb website and see exactly the occupancy, or asking only on Silo or only on ChatGPT, for example, and see what exactly. It is very important to make an analysis, but we are professional and we can help you. We know exactly the market in this area. This is the example. Classic touristic zone, hidden gem. So this one, for example, if we have the map, we have exactly the map, what is allowed, what is not. Here, when you see on this PDF, you see, okay, so the map, this is everything for this one. No, it's not. There is a selection, there is a rules. And again, you can rent daily, monthly, quarterly, 6 months, 1 year, depend of the building is not exactly the same. And the last thing, the last secret that I can give it to you, this is the occupancy. The occupancy are doing everything because you can have the better apartment, you can have the better building, you can have the better listing on Airbnb via your booking. But if you are so booking windows, this is exactly the name. The booking windows that's standing for the last booking and the other one, see if there is a lot of non-occupancy, you lose a lot of money. So very important. Sometimes it's better to give your apartment to a property management company that it will charge you 20% for the gross income and give it to you 80% for the occupancy. That by managing for you with the headache that you can have, because maybe you are not here and you is sure that you have less money. We did it by the past and we know exactly how it's working. The
And
real
besides,
that
that is
the,
that's something that we as bank uh, look at them too. We look
correct.
at the occupancy factor that is established by the appraiser when he make the comparable of the subject unit.
Mhm. You can, it's easy to check. You can check on the website from Airbnb for the top Airbnb listing in your target area. This one is very easy to do it. But this is exactly the three things that we do. And remember, if you don't remember, go ahead on this video, take it at the beginning, is recorded, and see step by step. Take a pen, take a paper, put a note, put it just in front of you, and always when you want to make an investment in Airbnb, there should be have all these criteria. And 7200 answer really at all criteria. Esther, you was telling us high occupancy, low occupancy. It is exactly what we have on the beach. So on the beach, what we have, don't ask me if he's in Brickell, this is the same one. I don't know. It should be because it's not only you have the beach and you have Brickell, but the weather this is the same. We are in Miami, and the people that they're coming here on a vacation, they don't like really coming in the summer because the summer is very hot. They prefer to moving in Europe or another city that they can have better weather and it's not so hot. By the way, there is people like it's very hot, but is not impact in the rentability. And what we are looking for, again, the number. Let's see on this slide, like you can see, January, occupancy 75%, 80 in February. Why? Because there is the boat show. So March, what is it? 85%. Usually here we are very bad because usually in March is 100%. All the 5 years that I spent here in Miami, all the 5 years in March, all the unit is occupied and with a very nice amount. April, this is the Passover, 78%. May, we have the Formula One now, 70%. 65 in June, you see, just really going down. July, 68. 67 in August because it's hot. September, this is a hurricane season, so 60%. The September, this is the bad month of the year every year. It's like this. We have to know if you want to come in the vacation cheap in Miami, come in September. This is better. So 72 in November and 78 in December. So like you can see, the average percentage of the occupancy here in Florida is 80%. Always we calculate 80% and we calculate the rentability for 20-25 days monthly to get the number. This is what exactly the better number that you can have. So let's go now, Esther, to this project 7200 and let's see if it's answer exactly at what we want for the rentability that we can invest in short-term rental. You can go ahead, Esther.
Okay, this project is located at 7200 Collins, as
Yeah,
Fabrice was saying.
yeah,
That is the first line, coastal lines. It's directly into the beach. So the back of the building would be facing the beach
correct.
directly. So this is a 12-story building with 222 residences. And the best thing that we have here now in this phase that is just starting are the prices. Because for building like this in the beach or at the first line of the beach, they start in much more higher prices than these ones. So we can start here from 590, $600,000.
Correct.
That's terrific. Those prices are very low, and if you want to get a higher ROI, so you
Yeah.
will need to take action now that the
Yes.
building is in this phase. And by the time that this building would be finished, that is in 2027, this building will be costing more. The actual price, the future price of this building when it's finished, it could be way higher than the 600,000 that you will be paying today.
Exactly. We can take a comparable. Easy. So you can go to my website directly. My website is my first name and my last name. www.fabricehernandez.com. So by the way, you have just a building that is 2 block more inside. That the name is 72 Park.
Exactly.
72 Park, yes. The studio starting at $750,000. And today is more at $800,000 because it's almost finished. They are in the phase of delivery. So, like you can see, $800,000. We're starting for $555,000 on the building that is more that is reach the beach, really.
Yeah,
So,
four blocks, 3 or 4 blocks before the beach. So this
correct.
one is at the first, as the first line in the beach. So
It's
yeah,
exactly. So, and you have the unit that is starting for 375 square feet until 1,184 square feet. That is sure enough because let's take a comparable. You take an apartment short-term rental. There is not so lot. There is the Casablanca, and the 6345. That is a very old building, more than 50 years. The price for the average price for each unit is $120 on the low season and 150 in the high season, and you have 330 square feet. And today, exactly, you are almost at 350, 400 for each unit that it is for sale. This one, you are the new unit with the new technology, and you are sure that there is not a special assessment that is coming, but the people they will enjoy because they are directly at the beach. And by the way, that I just have an information just in front of the building there is a parking spot for the moment, but the city will put all the play and the everything for the toy for the children, a park for the children with activity water and everything. So you are very lucky because in this front of this building they will never have another building powered up. That is
wow,
important.
yeah.
Yeah, so estimate delivery, like you say, the Esther 2027, 2 years. So at the end of 2027, so and there is a attractive plan for the payment that we will see just after. Let's go ahead for the key advantage for the short-term rental and see, explain it to us the really the advantage that we can have between another one.
Yes, this, as we were saying before, this building is in a prime location, is ocean front.
Correct.
So you have excellent visibility, and
Mhm.
it is built in Collins Avenue. So Collins Avenue is the first road, the first street from the beach.
Exactly.
So Miami Beach enjoys a high tourist occupancy throughout the whole year. That's we were as we were saying, the buildings that are in the ocean front at the beach,
Mhm.
they have high demand all the time. So probably if you have a building like in Brickell, Edgewater, or downtown, there could be times where the demand is low. But here at the beach, all the time you have occupancy.
Yes, and this building is located directly on the middle. It's on Mid Beach, exactly that way. So we are on the 72th Street. 72th Street, you can take the 60th Street, 63, sorry, street, and go ahead directly to the I-95 and to the airport. And I think in the airport you can put 15, 20 minutes quickly. On the other side, whether you go Bell Harbor, and Aventura and Hollywood Hallandale. So you are just here on the middle, and on the 72 Street that you have to know is a walking area. You don't need a car. Really? But well, by the way, this unit coming with the valet parking, so there is no problem for that. But we are not talking about all the restaurant is here. The Publix is here. The bank is here. The Starbucks is here. The Dennis is here. The Carrot Express is here. All the restaurant, Cuban restaurant, a nail store, everything. There is the Walgreen as well. And just over the Walgreen, this is the other one. I don't remember the name. uh, the Publix is just here. The Walgreen, what is the other one? I don't remember.
And
But
CVS.
and CVS, correct. So you have really, really in the central. So this is really an investment strategic for the short-term rental. Why?
And besides Fabrics, no, they you with this building you are not only earning income through the rental, you are earning income through the appreciation.
Correct. You have absolute appreciation. Yes, of course. But the advantage that we have, the people when they want to come here on vacation, there is not a lot of people that they rent a car because they scare. If they're coming from a smaller city in France, in Colombia, or whatever, they scare because they see that the road here in America is a big and large road, so they don't want to drive. So this place is amazing. You have access to the beach. You have access to the airport quickly, access to Bell Harbor on the other side, and all the supermarket, and you are just on the beach. You don't have to take the car to do something. You have the Prima Pasta. This is the restaurant where Messi just went, and there is a little poster over there like that, and you will see it's really, really an amazing area. Let's continue with the presentation, Esther.
Okay. So for in order for you to be able to be eligible for a mortgage loan to
Yeah.
buy this kind of property, again, you will have to you will have the whole 2 years until the building is finished to get prepared, to get ready, to have all the documentation that we will need in order to secure a mortgage loan. If you are a national investor, like you are a US resident or citizen, or you are legally present here in the United States,
Yeah.
and you will buy this property as an investment property, all that you will need would be your ID and your social security number or your IT number,
Hmm.
the last 2 months of bank statements, personal or business, depending if you are going to do it to buy it through the DSCR program or through bank statements. In this case, there won't be lease agreements because probably by the time you are starting the application, and it could be like 1 month before delivery or after delivery, you won't have
Yeah.
lease agreements. But if you have it, would be good. We will have the sales contract, of course, that you will sign it today when you take action and you enter into a contract with the in-house agent or the building. You will have to have proof of funds for the down payment and reserves. That's why we look at the 2 months bank statements.
Okay.
So if you are going to put that apartment into an entity, a juridic entity like an LLC, corporation, or whatever entity you will want to create to put the apartment on that name when you close, then we will have the entity docs. That means the entity should be registered in the Tallahassee page in Zombies, and you will need to provide as well the um, tax identification number. So it would be
Okay.
the A
You
that is provided by the IRS.
okay? You mean by the entity should be Florida entity, right?
Yes. Well, it could be a Florida entity. It could be an entity created in another state. It shouldn't be
Okay.
Florida per se, but it
Okay.
should be an entity created in the United States. Why?
Okay. Got it.
Because after the loan closes, you will have to have a U.S. bank account so the mortgage can be deducted automatically every month.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. So, at but the question it is, I want to buy a property today, and you're
Mhm.
asking me for this document. So, but the mortgage, I will not do doing the mortgage today.
No,
I will do the mortgage in 2 years.
exactly.
You are on 2025. He's on 2027. Let's go 2 years ago. So how can I have, of course, not the 200%, but almost 180 because I don't want to put my money and have the situation and say in 2 years and I'm so sorry, sir, but you are not qualified to get this mortgage. What is the solution for that?
Well, in this case, what I was saying, that we won't request neither of this documentation until further in the time, but you will need to know what you need to provide, and you have time to prepare for that moment.
Okay.
So because you will have to put a down payment that is requested by the developer, and
Hmm.
that is on the contract that you will sign. You will have to put several. You will have several installments to put certain percentage, usually 40-50%, and then the
Okay.
other amount is the amount that you will have to finance. So,
Okay.
but as the loan would be the amount you have to finance, you have two years to prepare to get ready for to have in your bank account the funds that you will need. Usually, you at that moment you will have just your you will need your closing costs and reserves, because the down payment per se you already gave it to the developer at the beginning.
Okay, got it. So, what is the percentage if I want to reserve today this project, this Airbnb project? What is the percentage and the statement payment?
I believe that this project have the between 10 and 20% at the beginning,
Hmm.
and the other to completion the other 30 or 20, because what they are requiring is 40%. So
Okay.
you will have the possibility to finance the 60%. So the other portion between what you start in contract now and the 40% that is requested, you will have several installments to pay it. But you will need to know that when if you decide to go into the contract, you can make those payments when they are required. So you need to foresee that you have now, or you will have in your bank account, that amount, so you can do those payments.
Yes, you cannot be. Yeah, understood. So you cannot say, okay, I will have the money, maybe, so I can do it.
Exactly.
So this one doesn't work, of course, and I'm completely agree with you because it's so dangerous that you say that you can lose your money. Yes, yes. If you don't, when there is some difficulty to pay before to say we go out of the contract, the developer is very flexible. He can push it on the month that you have to pay. If it's on July, he can push a little bit. He can push a bit. He cannot push between the until the closing. This one is not possible, like you explained, Esther, and you are completely right. Because when you get a reservation just here, you get the price freeze, and but the price continue to going up, like you saw on the slide before. We have 60% for the building already sold. So if you don't have the money at this moment, there is the commitment by the developer that he will deliver it, the unit at the moment that he was telling you, 2027, January 2028. But if you, on your hand, you didn't respect the commitment on the schedule statement, of course, he can get a problem. So what's happened now for a foreigner? What do you need for a foreigner investor?
Well, for the foreign national are pretty easier. They will just have to present their passport, the valid passport with the from their country, and it says there a visa. But if you live in a country that is inactive in the visa waiver program from the USCIS, then you don't need any visa. Countries like
Okay.
Argentina, France, Spain, and all other countries that are in that program, you don't need a visa. If you are from another countries that are not included in that USCIS program, then you will
Yeah.
need it.
Okay,
An
perfect.
American visa. If we can run your credit report, fine. If you don't have a credit report here, some banks require three trade lines reference, either from your bank in your country or your credit card um, provider. There are banks that they don't require any trade references, but if we as much documentation we can have, there are more possibilities that we can shop into more banks. So we will have more portfolio to go to, and then we can have more possibilities to compare the mortgage loan products and decide what is the one that fits better for us.
Okay, so and we see that we can do directly with the 12-month statement, bank statement only. We can go ahead for the mortgage, right?
Well, if you are foreign national,
Ah, you have bad connection. I don't know if it's you and me, but you have bad connection. You just lose it. Okay, so let's get the time that Esther come back and see. So what she was telling us that you have the possibility for 12 months for the bank statement, personal or business. Ah, you come back?
yeah.
Okay,
I was
okay.
saying that usually for foreign national, the program per election is the DSCR program. But if we are seeing that the rent won't cover the mortgage, then there are institutions that allow that have another product that is called investment cash flow that is calculated through the deposits in the last 12 months bank statements.
Okay, that is fine. That
Yeah.
is amazing. It's really
Hmm.
amazing and very easy for a foreign national that to
Exactly.
get a mortgage.
Yes. And they
So,
can buy that property as a second home
okay.
instead as investment as a second home, and that also allows them to rent the property when they are not in vacation here.
So what is the difference for an investment and a second home?
So investment property, from the bank standpoint, is just investment per se. Either even when the owner can go and stay there for 1 month, 2 months, or whatever, but
Okay.
it is considered as investment per se. So when you have a second home, when you buy a second home, then you can use it as a vacation property, and you can rent it out the moment that you are not there.
Perfect. And the last one, so the US resident. Now, because
Yeah.
US resident can invest you as well, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
And this is the second home that I was telling you. It can either the vacation property for a U.S. resident. There are the
Hmm.
requirements. Usually, they start if they are single family. They can start with a 10% down payment. If they are in a building like this, well, they have like minimum 25%. But
Okay.
it's just the same. Yeah, the pay stubs, the 2 months of bank statements. If the investor is self-employed, then we can use other programs like the 12 months bank statements, like 1099 or P&L
Okay,
to buy
perfect.
this
So,
this property. Yeah,
okay, so is there less flexible, I mean, between
yeah,
the foreign national? So
exactly.
yeah, it's look more strict for the US resident, right?
Yes, it's more restricted.
It's weird, but it is what it is. It is what it
Exactly.
is, exactly. So, okay, perfect. So we have almost all the information. Esther, thank you so much for all this explanation. By the way, guys, you have now the secret how to buy a property here in Miami is applying in another city as well. That the 3 point that we show you just tonight is exactly what we are making and what the land officer was doing to qualify a property that you can have a rentability. There is other secret that we will do. I mean, in another webinar, in another presentation for another project in short-term rental that we have as well. So follow us directly on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Like this, you can keep you posted exactly when the webinar will be done and all the explication when exactly you have only to make your registration. By the way, if you are registered, you will receive the guide from the investor. You can have an appointment as well with Esther for 30 minutes completely free that she can explain to you, depend of the property that you want to buy, exactly what you have to do. And believe me, Esther, she's very the best. She just get a mortgage for a guy that we are working just directly for more than 4 months. And she just get because she has working like a crazy girl night and day to get you dream through. So believe me, you can believe her, you can trust her, everything you can say, and you have to say everything at the moment that she asking for the question, because it's not an inspection, but better we know you, better we can help you. And this is exactly the same things on the other side for the real estate broker that we have, that we know really the area, because maybe 7200 is not the project for you, and this is another project that is for you, more cheap, much cheaper, less price, whatever. But so it is why we are here. Take an appointment with us. Just to put here, just here, info, and like this we can connect it to you and give you all the information and take an appointment with Esther. Esther, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Fabrice.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. And again, this session is registered, so you can see it on YouTube. And by the way, you can ask for all the question. Pleasure to answer, to will answer it to you. Have a good night. Thank you so much. And all the question is welcome. No thinking, no say, I have a question, but it's a stupid question. There is no stupid question, guys. Because what is evident for us is can be very no evident for you. And I can understand because I pass on this way already. And when you don't know the country, when you don't know the average price, don't, because there is some unit. I don't know if you see, just a quick parenthesis, Esther. I don't know if you see, there is some unit that is sell overpriced at the moment of the pandemic. Why? Because people coming from outside and they don't know the market. This is exactly, you bring me not to New York City because I know now, but you bring me to California, and California, you say, okay, this apartment costs 3 million. I will say yes. And the average price is 1.5, but you don't know. So you cannot make the analysis what you don't know. I know all today you have a lot of tools to make your own analysis, but believe me, it's better to do it by a professional. So just ask info here, just down on the commentaire, and we can answer at all your questions. Esther, thank you for coming,
Thank you, Fabrice.
and see you next time
Thank
for
you.
for the next client.
Yeah, let's
And
go for the
thank
next client.
exactly. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.